After understanding the fundamentals of food safety in Chapter 1, it's crucial to dive deeper into the specific threats that can compromise that safety. Chapter 2 will guide us through the different forms of contamination, biological, chemical, and physical, and how to manage them effectively to keep food safe. To pass the exam for Chapter 2, you need to focus on biological contaminants. Know about bacteria like Salmonella, E. coli, Listeria, etc., the acronym FAT-TOM, and how bacteria grow. Be familiar with preventive measures, viruses, parasites, and fungi. Understand their sources, how they spread, and prevention methods. Chemical contaminants. Learn about chemical sources, cleaners, sanitizers, and how to avoid contamination. Physical contaminants. Know examples of physical objects that can contaminate food and how to prevent them. Prevention. Focus on practices like proper hygiene, avoiding cross-contamination, and controlling time temperature. Biological contaminants. Biological contaminants include microorganisms such as bacteria, viruses, parasites, and fungi. Bacteria are among the most common causes of foodborne illness, thriving under specific conditions remembered with the acronym FAT-TOM: food, acidity, temperature, time, oxygen, and moisture. The temperature danger zone, 41 degrees Fauf to 135 degrees Fair, is where bacteria grow most rapidly, and the longer food remains in this range, the higher the risk of contamination. Viruses, unlike bacteria, do not grow in food but can be transferred to food through poor hygiene. Examples of common bacteria: Salmonella, found in poultry, eggs, and unpasteurized dairy. Prevent by cooking thoroughly and avoiding cross-contamination. E. coli, linked to undercooked ground beef and contaminated produce. Prevent by cooking beef to at least 155 degrees Fair and washing produce. Listeria monocytogenes, found in deli meats and soft cheeses. Prevent by keeping refrigerated foods at the correct temperatures and cooking ready-to-eat foods. Staphylococcus aureus, found on the skin of healthy people and linked to salads and bakery items. Prevent by practicing good personal hygiene and avoiding bare hand contact. Clostridium botulinum, found in soil and improperly canned foods. Prevent by properly canning food and avoiding temperature abuse. Shigella, spread through improper hand washing, often linked to salads and raw vegetables. Prevent by practicing thorough hand washing and avoiding bare hand contact. Example of using FAT-TOM with chicken nuggets in a school cafeteria. Food. Chicken nuggets provide plenty of nutrients, especially protein, which bacteria need to grow. Acidity. Chicken nuggets are low in acidity, creating a favorable environment for bacterial growth. Temperature. If the chicken nuggets are left in the temperature danger zone, 41 degrees Fair to 135 degrees Fair, for too long, bacteria will grow rapidly. Time. The longer the chicken nuggets stay in the danger zone before serving, the greater the bacterial growth. Oxygen. Bacteria that require oxygen can thrive if chicken nuggets are left uncovered. Moisture. Chicken nuggets contain moisture, which supports bacterial growth. Proper control of these conditions, such as keeping chicken nuggets hot above 135 degrees Fahrenheit or refrigerated below 41 degrees Fahrenheit, can help minimize bacterial contamination. Unlike bacteria, viruses do not grow in food, but can be transferred to food and remain infectious. Common foodborne viruses include norovirus and hepatitis A. Viruses are often spread through poor personal hygiene, particularly by food handlers not washing their hands after using the restroom. The best way to prevent viral contamination is through proper hygiene and ensuring that food handlers avoid working while ill. Parasites are organisms that live on or inside a host, such as humans or animals. They are less common than bacteria and viruses, but can still cause serious illness. Parasites are typically found in contaminated water or raw, undercooked food, such as seafood or wild game. Preventing parasite contamination involves sourcing food from reputable suppliers and ensuring proper cooking practices. Fungi. Fungi, including molds and yeasts, can spoil food and sometimes produce harmful toxins. While not all fungi are dangerous, it is important to discard moldy food unless it is a specific type of food where mold is a natural part, such as some cheeses. Fungi grow well in acidic foods with lower moisture content, making them common in spoiled fruits, jams, or bread. Chemical contaminants. Chemical contaminants include substances such as cleaners, sanitizers, pesticides, and certain metals. These chemicals can be dangerous if they come into contact with food, either through improper storage or accidental spillage. For example, Spraying down food prep surfaces with cleaner while uncovered food is nearby can lead to chemical contamination. To prevent chemical contamination, always store chemicals away from food, use them according to manufacturer instructions, and ensure that food is covered or removed before cleaning surfaces. Physical contaminants. Physical contaminants are objects that accidentally get into food, such as metal shavings, broken glass, dirt, or even bandages. For example, using a metal scrub pad to clean food prep surfaces in a school cafeteria could lead to small metal fragments ending up in the food, posing a risk to anyone who consumes it. Physical contamination can occur during food preparation, processing, or service. Preventing physical contamination involves maintaining equipment, using protective coverings, and inspecting food carefully during preparation. How contamination happens. Contamination can happen at any stage in the food flow, from purchasing to serving. A contamination event may be suspected when 2 or more individuals exhibit similar symptoms after consuming the same food. This often indicates that food was exposed to biological, chemical, or physical hazards during handling. It often occurs when food is exposed to biological, chemical, or physical hazards due to improper handling. Cross-contamination, poor personal hygiene, inadequate cleaning, and failure to control time and temperature are common ways that contaminants make their way into food. Practice questions for Chapter 2. Question 1. What is the most effective way to prevent viral contamination of food? A. Cooking food to a high temperature. Practicing good personal hygiene. C. Freezing food before preparation. D. Using only canned ingredients. Correct answer, B. Practicing good personal hygiene. Viruses are commonly spread through poor hygiene, making hand washing and proper handling essential. Question 2. What does the A stand for on the FAT-TOM acronym? Fiber, acidity, time, moisture. Correct answer B. Acidity. Acidity, along with food, time, temperature, oxygen, and moisture, are all conditions that affect bacterial growth. Question 3. How can parasites be prevented in food? A. By keeping food refrigerated at all times. B. By using food from approved, reputable suppliers. By adding salt to all dishes. D. By cooking food to exactly 100 degrees. Correct answer, B. By using food from approved, reputable suppliers. Reliable suppliers reduce the risk of contaminated food containing parasites. Question 4. What is the temperature danger zone? Orwizift, Dassen, B 130-65°C, C 41-35, D 60°F to 120. Correct answer, 4135 Fair. This is the range in which bacteria grow most rapidly, increasing the risk of foodborne illness. Question 5. Which type of microorganism is most likely to grow in acidic foods with low moisture? A. Parasite. D. Correct answer, D. Fungi. Fungi such as molds thrive in acidic, low-moisture environments, leading to food spoilage. Question 6. What is a chemical contaminant? Bacteria in raw meat. B. A sanitizer getting into food. C. Dirt found in vegetables. Mold growth on bread. Correct answer B. A sanitizer getting into food. Chemicals like cleaners, sanitizers, and pesticides are hazardous when they come into contact with food. Question 7. How can physical contamination be prevented? A. By washing hands frequently. By storing food properly. C. By inspecting food for foreign objects during preparation. D. By cooking food to the right temperature. Correct answer C. By inspecting food for foreign objects during preparation. This helps prevent physical contaminants like metal shavings or glass from ending up in food. Question 8. Which of the following is an example of a biological contaminant? Metal shavings. Pesticides. C. Broken glass. C. Norovirus. Biological contaminants include harmful microorganisms such as bacteria, viruses, parasites, and fungi. Question 9. What is the best way to prevent chemical contamination? A. Store chemicals in a separate area away from food. Use only approved suppliers. C. Maintain proper cooking temperatures. Use sanitizers directly on food. Correct answer A. Store chemicals in a separate area away from food. Proper storage prevents chemicals from accidentally contaminating food. Question 10. How does contamination commonly occur? A. When food is exposed to high heat. B. When food is handled with clean utensils. C. Through cross-contamination, poor hygiene, and improper storage. When food is grown organically. Correct answer C. Through cross-contamination, poor hygiene, and improper storage. These are common ways contaminants make their way into food, posing a risk to food safety. Chapter 2 Summary. In Chapter 2, We covered the various forms of contamination that threaten food safety, including biological, chemical, and physical contaminants, along with their sources and prevention methods. Understanding these types of contamination, how they occur, and the appropriate prevention techniques is essential for ensuring food safety.